Hello everyone, and today we're going to be making this very simple spectate button GUI system, which actually works. Yeah, so let's jump right into the tutorial, shall we? So the first thing that we have to make is of course our UI. Yeah, so to make our UI, just go into your starter GUI and click on the plus icon. Then go into your screen GUI and click it. Now let's rename this to spectate GUI. You can rename this to whatever you want. Then we're going to make the button that is here on the left. Inside of here, click on text button. You can also use a image button if you want like an eye icon. I'm just going to use a text button for now. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the background color. Something I like is 30-30-30, which says like this satisfying blackish color. Background transparency I'm going to set to 0.1 to have like a bit of more transparency to it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the position and size, of course. So the position will be 0, 10, 0.5, -25. It will be here in the middle. And of course the size we're going to change to 0, 100, 0, 100. So it has like a, so it's like this, yeah. Then go down until you see here text button. Let's change this to spectate, and I'm going to change the font face to Fedorka 1, bold, text color to white, which is 1,1,1. Yeah, and of course I'm going to also enable text scaled. So you have something like this. This is personal preference. If you want like smooth corners, add a UI corner into your text button, and let's make this around 12. Yeah, so you have like this very nice rounded corners. I already have the button. Then next up, we're gonna add the frame inside of your spectate GUI, not inside of your button. Add a frame, and then let's bring it to spectate panel, just like this. Spectate panel. We're gonna change some settings to this. So of course, we're gonna change the background color again to 30, 30, 30. This one is to 0.1. Then the position, bear with me, is 0.5, -150, 1, -70, which will place it right over here. And the size will be 0,300, and then instead of 100 to 60. So you have 0,300, 0,60. Now what we can do is we can also add another UI corner in here, which will also make 12. You have like this rounded thing here. Okay, the next we're gonna add our buttons, like with the arrows, if you can click on it. So first of all, let's make our left button. So go into your spectate panel and insert a text button, and let's rename this to left button. Yeah, then we're gonna make the background transparency, of course, 1. What we're gonna do is we're gonna change our position to, it stays 0, 0, 0, 0, but then the size will be 0.50, 0, 1, 0, which will place it right over here. Then the text here, we're gonna make the text size to 24. I'm gonna use Fedorka 1 again, bold, make it white, and then the text instead of button, do the arrow to the left. Yeah, so you'll have something like this. Now what we can do is we can simply duplicate this by going to our left button and clicking Ctrl D. But you can also use right click this and click on duplicate. So now instead of left button, rename this to right button. And the only two things you change are of course the position. The size stays the same, just the position you have to change, which will be 1, -50, 0, 0. Which will place right over here. And of course also change the text to the button pointing to like an arrow pointing to the right, just like this. Then of course we're also gonna make like a thing that you know who you're spectating. So insert another thing inside of spectate panel, which will be a text label. Transparency, background transparency to 1. The size and position we're also going to change. So the position will be 0.333, -50, 0, 0, which will place it in the center. And then the size will be 1, -100, 1, 0. Yeah, so it's like you can see like the whole thing is now this. Then of course we're gonna choose our same font again, Fedorka 1, make it bold, white text color, which is 111 or 255, 255, 255. Then of course text size will make it 18 this time. And then you can actually do in our text spectating none. So we're spectating no one in the beginning, yeah. So you have your UI done. But before you do anything, what you have to do is you have to click on your spectate panel, go down until you see visible and turn this off. So it's not visible when you start the game. Then we're going to go into our scripting. Yeah, so inside our spectate GUI, click on the plus icon and go into local script or make local script. And let's rename this to spectate script. Yeah, now we have a print hello world, which we will delete because we don't need. So first of all, we're going to local our players. Yeah, we'll use a capital P, which will be game dot point get service players. Yeah. Then we're gonna also local our run service, which will be game dot point get service run service. Yeah. And we're also gonna local our normal player. So I think our local player, yeah, will be players dot local player. Also gonna local our camera because we need to change our camera, like where it's pointing to. Workspace dot camera. Yeah. Then we're also gonna local our GUI, which will be script.parent. We're also going to local our toggle button, which will be UI.wait for child toggle button. Text button, we'll name it, but we're going to rename this to spectate toggle button or something. Yeah, okay, spectate toggle button. Then we're also going to local our panel, which will be GUI again. Wait for child spectate panel. We're gonna local our left button, which will be again, which will be now panel, not pairs. Panel. Wait for child left button. Local our right button, which will be panel. Wait for child right button. And we're also gonna look our name label, which will be panel. Panel. What am I doing? Panel. Wait for child. Oh, I didn't rename it. Rename this to player name label or something. Yeah, player name label. Boom. Now local spectating index I'm gonna do, which will start at 0. Then local spectate list, which is like you will get all the players you can spectate. Okay, local function update spectate list, which will be a function to update it every time someone joins or something. So spectate list, what am I doing? Spectate list equals this, for underscore comma plr in I pairs layer point get players do. So what we're gonna do is if our player, this squiggly line like this, equals player and plr dot character and plr dot character double point find first child humanoid. Then what we're gonna do is if plr dot character dot humanoid dot health is higher than 0, then what we're gonna do table dot insert spectate list comma plr. Yeah, just like this is our function update spectate list. Let's make a new function, local function spectate player, like this. If hashtag spectate list is equal to 0, so if I no one to spectate, then name label, what name label dot text will be spectating none. Yeah, camera subject equals player dot character point find first child humanoid. Yeah, and then we're gonna also do an else function. So if it's more than 0, then local our target, which will be spectate list spectating index name label dot text will be spectating double point space 2 points target dot name. Yeah, and we're gonna do is if target dot character and target dot character dot point find first child humanoid. Then what we're gonna do camera dot camera subject equals target dot character dot point find first child humanoid. Humanoid. Yeah, exactly, just like that. This is our function spectate players. We're gonna make another one, which will be toggle button dot mouse button one click dot point connect function. So each time somebody clicks this button, this function will be called out. So panel dot visible equals not panel dot visible. So if the panel is visible, then it will not be visible. If it's not visible, then it will become visible. Okay. If panel dot visible, then what we're gonna do is update spectate list. Spectating index will become 1, and then spectate player. Yeah, so we're gonna call out this function first, then we're gonna make the index to 1, and then we're gonna spectate the player which has the index 1. We're gonna do an else function, of course. So if it's not visible, then name label dot text will be spectating none. If player dot character and player dot character point find first child humanoid again, then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do camera dot camera subject equals player dot character dot point find first child humanoid. Yeah, This is also our function of our toggle button. Then we also need 2 more functions, or actually 3 more, 2 for our buttons, 1 for each left and right. 2 for left first. Mouse button, 1 click, stop point, connect function like this. Let me make it bigger for you so you can read it better. So if hashtag, what did I, okay, it's an out. Hashtag spectate list is bigger than 0, then what we're gonna do, spectating index is less because left you're going to go -1. If spectate list is bigger than or smaller than 1, then spectating index equals hashtag spectating list and spectate player. Yeah, I think we can just copy this, Control V, right button, but then you change this to a plus instead of a minus, and then this to the other way around. Yeah, thing you can do is bigger than hashtag spectate list, and this is going to be 1. So it's like a bit different, but normally your 2 functions should look like this. Yeah, once you have that, we're gonna update the spectate list occasionally in case someone dies or joins. Yeah, so we're gonna run service.render stepped, double point, connect function, nothing inside of it. If panel.visible, then what we're gonna do is update spectate list. Yeah, so normally everything works. We can go inside our thing, spectating no one because we're not testing with nobody. How we can do this, we can go into our test here and we can I will do 3 players, local server start, give it a second until all your instances are starting, but normally everything should work. Giving it a second for everything to load. So now I'm here, I'm in like my test place with 2 of myself. I click on spectate, you can see, oh wait, I did a small mistake. Let me fix that really quickly. Okay, this is spectating index, beginner 1, then spectating index is this is all correct. Just change this from spectating list to spectating index. Same thing here, spectating index, spectating list, that's nice. Index was 1. Okay, now, okay, so just my only fault was I did here spectating list instead of spectating index. Just change these 2 things to spectating index, and then everything should be working normally. So let me just start up again an instance with 3 players. Give it a second. Okay, so now I'm back here with 2 of myself, spectate, and I can switch to the players. And then when I spectate again, the UI disappears, and I'm back again on my other own character. This is how you can make a spectating system, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Also, be sure to join the Discord server down in the description down below. Make sure to subscribe if you have liked this tutorial, because of course this script is made by myself, and you'll be supporting me out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.